Today we're checking out the Borla ATAK catback exhaust for the 2015 to 23 3.6 liter Chargers. If you've got a Charger and you're tired of it sounding a little too quiet and a little too tame, a catback exhaust system is one of the best ways to make the car feel more like a muscle car every time you hit the gas, so it's definitely worth considering. The key feature here is all about the sound and attitude of the car. And because Borla's ATAK mufflers are built to deliver a loud, aggressive tone that you can actually hear and feel, it's gonna get a 4 out of 5 on our Wake the Neighbor scale. It also is going to include an X-pipe, which helps sharpen up the exhaust tone and gives it a more crisp, raspy, race-inspired sound compared to a bland factory setup. On the performance side, the big idea here is going to be better airflow. Swapping restrictive factory piping for smooth mandrel bent tubing helps the engine breathe easier, which can improve throttle response and the overall feel when you decide to get on it. Another big win here is going to be that it's designed to bolt right into the factory location from the cat's back. So you're getting a purpose-built system for your Charger instead of piecing together random parts and hoping they fit right. And since it reuses those factory tips, you get to keep that clean factory look on the back of the car while upgrading what really matters here, the sound of your Charger. When it comes to the construction on this, you are going to get mandrel bent 2 1/4 inch stainless steel tubing paired with Borla's ATAK race-inspired mufflers, plus the included X-pipe. Stainless construction is going to be a big deal here because it's built to handle heat, resist corrosion and rusting, and hold up for the long haul. So whether this is your daily driver or your weekend car, this is definitely a solid exhaust upgrade overall. Now, as far as the pricing goes on this, it's gonna come in around that $2,200 price range. That's definitely an investment, but you're paying for a full catback system from a premium exhaust brand built from stainless steel and engineered for an impressively aggressive sound, and it's also designed to fit correctly without a bunch of extra work to simplify that install process. And if you stick with me, we're gonna get to that install just here in a second. Now when it comes to the install on this one, it's gonna get rated a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in 2 hours of your time if everything goes smooth. Now let's check out a quick install video from one of our AmericanMuscle customers and see exactly how this install process goes.
Okay, so the only tools required to do this from start to finish was an isolator, or exhaust isolator removal tool. It's not a must, but it makes the job much easier. 13 millimeter open end boxed in, along with a 13 millimeter deep well socket, 15 millimeter deep well socket, both 3/8 inch. The 15 millimeter open end boxed in, 3/8 ratchet. I actually used a 1/2 inch ratchet from time to time with a 1/2 inch to 3/8 reducer. One long extension for the resonators on the back, and a torque wrench, light, and a little bit of lubricant. Okay, so we're gonna remove the original equipment exhaust. It's a 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar engine and a 2023 Dodge Charger. And step 1 in removing the original exhaust system is to lubricate all the existing nuts, bolts, and hangers. So we're gonna go about doing that right now. And this should make the removal quite a bit easier. Okay, the first step is to loosen to remove the band clamps on the original exhaust. So we will do that. Okay, so those are loose, and the next step is to come back and remove the grounding strap from the existing exhaust, which is located right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so on the 23 Charger here, I'm going to go ahead and remove 2 center supporter beams here in the center, just to make dropping the original exhaust out a lot easier. I want to keep the original exhaust in one piece. It would be easy to cut it up and take it out, but I would like to be able to put it back intact. Okay, so I think for the ease of me pulling the original system out on the resonators, because of the location of a few of the isolators are going to be a little hard to get to or to separate without cutting the original pipes, I'm going to pull the 4 bolts that mount the isolators to the frame. It'll just make it a lot easier pulling everything out. And 4. So I don't want the exhaust to, when I'm trying to break it free here, I don't want it to mess up any of the seals between the original pipes and the headers, the catalytic converter, so I'm going to support it here at the center. Okay. Now I can only do so much. Okay, and I would recommend just a stand in the back if you want to keep your exhaust intact, which I do, so I just have a strap that I'm going to run over from spring to spring just to catch the exhaust just in case. Oh, got that one. Okay. First, support bracket. Back on, it can go back on now. Okay, there's that. I'm going to leave this one off. It's right at the union for our next set of pipes coming back, so we'll wait till a little bit later to do that. Okay, we're going to install the bracket for the isolator on the driver's side. And it's a little bit of a tight spot there, but it's nice that the supplied bolt Okay, so that has that bracket installed, and you could put it on with it pointing either direction, but common practice is to have each one in an opposite direction, so this is the way I installed it. Okay, and looking at the Borla ATAK system that I have and what I'm removing, I need one isolator, and I do have a few new isolators, but it doesn't look like this isolator will be used at all, so I'm going to remove it and put this isolator itself on the one location that we need one. And okay, there we go. Now we're ready to start to put the new system. So here we go, the right side. I'm going to get it in the isolator, and it should slide in fairly easily. Yes. Okay, nice fit. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put another center support back up. Now, it was nice having it out of the way. We've got all of our clamps and our pipe run back all the way to the resonators. That's all that's left to put on. Of course, nothing's tightened up. Everything's loose at the moment. And so far, knock on wood, everything is getting nice. All of these center supports are 13 millimeters. Your hanger brackets are 15. Hanger brackets and clamps. Okay. All right. So for the ease of dropping the old resonators out, I just removed the bolts on the clamps. It made it much easier. So just remember, opposite directions is the easiest way. So this is pointing that way, so the other's going to point the opposite, and now we're ready to go back. Okay, we're going to try to finish off the right side. So I'm going to get this up in there as far as it will go. Get the pipe started. Here's the connection. And that went quite well. Right there, we are in where we should be. And like I say, for applications or locations like this, I just find it's much easier to pull the bolts out and go back with the brackets and the bolts at the same time, rather than try to wrestle it. That worked nicely. Okay, and this is the clamp that had the grounding strap. We're going to make sure that we reconnect the grounding strap. And again, I'll just reiterate that in really tight spots like this with the rubber isolators, I found that if you can just pull one little 15 millimeter bolt and bring the whole bracket down, it just makes going back with a lot easier. Okay, and so this is the original resonator, and like I was saying, in a really tight spot where these were at, it's really difficult to pull the isolators off, but just pulling the two bolts and dropping the mounts down was a lot quicker and easier. So now it's just a matter of popping the old resonators off, or the old isolators off, and putting them on the new system. Okay, I think we get back far enough. Wonderful, and as always, don't forget your clamps. There we go. Okay, and just as a a note here, don't forget to go back and tighten this bolt back up that we loosen to make the install a little bit easier. Okay, I'm getting ready to wrap things up. We've got everything in place. It's a matter of tightening and setting our clamps to torque, and these are 35 foot-pounds of torque, so that's what we're going to do. There we go, that's those. Now I just want to make sure everything's nice and straight. There we go. Everything's feeling really solid. And that's it.
All right, that wraps up my review and install of the Borla ATAK catback exhaust for the 2015 to 23 3.6 liter Chargers. And for all things Charger, keep it right here at American Muscle.